Okay, here we go. This was a vicious attacking game from this crazy guy. It was like 2095 or whatever. He plays Englund Gambit. And I just played, reflexive move. Okay, fine. That's okay. He does the same thing later on. So the thing here is that I was unaware that Queen E2 is the crusher. It's an absolute crushing move. Absolutely crushing. Because if he goes here, we just take this. And the other move is like, what's the other move to do? It was definitely queen to here. And there's another move that he could play. Bishop to here. Take. This was the main line. So these are both solidly like 1.7 or whatever in favor of white. I wasn't really up on the Englund Gambit, so I just played d5. That's went for positional. So I snacked on his knight, and he just reflexively a6. I'm like, well, I'll just take your bishop now. And so this guy goes, he's a freak. He likes the Englund Gambit, so he wants to have these crazy attacking games. So he's like, okay, he's going to try and overpower the pinned bishop, which is not going to happen because I'm not stupid. I have my dad's #1 rule. What's he trying to do to me? Trying to take my bishop. That's like the same question for, I would say 20 moves maybe. I could be wrong. But again, he's threatening b4, knight goes away, so I cannot castle. I lose a piece. I go b3. Go ahead, play b4, I dare you. Because I have this move sequence, knight b1, knight d2, knight f1, knight e3 is what I'm going to do. He pushes me to where I want to go. He's attacking my rook. My dad's rule. What is he doing to me? He's attacking my free rook. He's pushing me to where I want to go anyway. Knight d2, best move on the board. Look, I dare you to castle. Son, I'm not castling. Not yet anyway. Knight f1. He's got 2 pieces developed. Whatever, dude. That's not enough. Oh, look, a 3rd piece developed. Hey, buddy, come get some. So, now he's got a 3rd piece developed. I have 3 pieces developed, and they're all coordinated, working together with a shield in front of my king. Good luck, buddy. Ooh, bishop h5. What does that do? It lets me castle. That's what it does. So, his plan has fallen apart. Now I have only 2 pieces undeveloped. He has 2 pieces undeveloped. He does not have compensation for the knight. I didn't play queen c2 because he's going to play bishop g6, but I can play bishop d3, so that's all good. This is just super solid. Would you like to trade? He declines. What a shocker. As he should decline. It's like, fine with me. Would you like to trade? You're kind of forced now, buddy. So he does trade finally. Good. That's another piece gone. Now, I could have played rook takes rook check, but that's a mistake. So I didn't play it because it brings his last piece into attacking position. There was no need. He's not going to trade my rook. Look, he's threatening my bishop. Well, you know, what's he trying to do to me? That's my dad's rule. Works every time. Bishop to d7 was fairly strong, followed by bishop to c6 if he harasses the bishop and just owns e8. I did miss bishop d7. That's a really good move. But you see this bar is nasty because he's got no compensation for the piece. He's trying every combo, trickery, whatever. My dad's rule. What is he doing to me? There you go. Answer the question. The game is winning itself because I'm asking and answering that question. Move after move after move. Knight f3. This is the best defender of your castle king's position. So you should always remember that. Queen to b2. What does that do? I would just play like, I don't know, Queen c1 maybe. So whatever. Again, bishop d3 is a killer move. If he plays rook takes rook, knight takes rook. Just getting that rook, out of the corner so I can make maneuvers. I don't want it being attacked. Oh, look, he doubled rooks. Now I played a move that I was surprised to see was a star coming up. Queen to d2. This is another one of my father's old rules. Hey, he has a light squared bishop. I'm going to move on the dark squares. It's a simple little statement, but it's just mega effective. Okay? Your opponent has a bishop that's very active. We'll just go in the opposite color, and it's like he's a ghost. Okay. So that's the move. King f1. It's like, oh man, bishop takes knight. I'll just play bishop takes bishop. You're not going to win anything over here, Sonny. You little cheap shot threat. Eat this. You want to trade? I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Or Shazam. Bishop f3. Now I'm going to trade rooks with him because he can't do anything about it. I'm going to shove rook takes rook and then rook e1. So good luck with that. Not today, son. You want to trade rooks? You're going to trade rooks one way or the other. He's going to take me or I'm going to double up and then, clean him out. E takes, because guess what? He's got a light squared bishop. That black pawn the pawn on the dark square cannot be affected by the bishop ever. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I'm armed with my father's rules. And my father was not a great player, but man, those rules are just absolute mega gold. I don't know where he got those from, but man, those things are killer. Ooh, you want to trade? He pretty much doesn't want to trade. Bishop back to G. Oh, that's right. He played that move. I'm like, okay, guess what? I could pawn fork you, but G4 loses. Bishop takes, rook, whatever. So I just go, let me prepare G4. Now I could have played E4 as well, obviously, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to play G4. He doesn't like that. Well, guess what? I'm still playing it. Doesn't matter. Go back to the dark square, Sonny. So he goes back to the dark square. I have two defenders on this. He can never have more than two attackers, so on that. How about Super King attack? Here comes Big Charlie. Right there, King G2. Oh, look. Hey, guess what? I got some more. You want to trade? I'll trade with you. He really can't afford to trade. And so, again, what's he trying to do? He's trying to trade. Well, as long as I have a good response to any trade opportunity, he is screwed. I'm threatening to play either knight to G3 or Big Charlie to G3. All right. Smart move, pawn takes. Big Charlie's coming, baby. Nothing you can do about it. Bishop takes is better. It's a little looser, so I figured I'll just play G takes. That rook doesn't do anything. Here comes Big Charlie. Well, soon. Now I could force the bishop off of the board with a knight, but I want to keep the knight. So just stop the second rank baloney with rook to e2. I don't want to have this loose under attack, etc., etc. Compact. Look at how compact and coordinated my pieces are. One by one, I have executed his men as they try to make hay against my position. There's Big Charlie. You can't do a thing about it. Now the coup de grace, bishop to e4. Guess what? I'm going to take your bishop, son. There's nothing you could do about it. One by one, systematically, I have removed pieces that he had off of the board. Good move. Also a good move. The best move, actually. He took it. Whoop-de-doo. Sayonara. Goodbye, bishop. So this genius has a rook and a queen. I own the dark squares, my brother. I go where I want, when I want. Knight f5 is coming. You can't do anything about it. But first, get the pieces out of dodge. That b pawn is worthless. It's not going anywhere. Don't worry about it. I've got this under control. The best of a bad situation. Now, objectively, I can play queen f5, and he's in bad shape. But it's okay. I got knight f5. It's even better. I'm just restricting his pieces and improving my own position. Every freaking move. It's awesome. Ooh, he plays b3. You want to queen that pawn? I dare you. Queen b1 threatening queen to h1 check. A slight inconvenience, to say the least. But we're good. Crunch. He's a cheap shot attacker focused on the bone in front of the dog's face is what he is. He's the dog on the bridge with the bone in his mouth who looks down in the water and sees another dog with another bone. He figured he can get that bone too. Too bad it's his own reflection. So he should have done what? Yeah, queen to b1. That doesn't work. That can't work. My spidey senses tell me that that move is not going to work. He would check me. I would play queen h2 because I'm going to play this check anyway. So once I get his rook on that. Goodbye. Hey, would you like to trade, buddy? I'm mean. I should have played queen to h5 here. Oh well. Nobody's perfect. That would force the queens off the board. But it doesn't matter. I have infiltration on his Swiss cheese of the light-colored squares. Whoop-de-doo. Check. You want to take my queen? You lose. When I trade his queen, I'll give up. This is the thing. The computer doesn't like that move. You know what? I don't care about the computer. What I'm doing here is winning the game. The classic Herman Edwards press conference. You play to win the game. I don't play to go for the fancy business. G5. That's fine, whatever. You know what? I win the game. I will give you material to reduce this to a 1 endgame, because that's who I am. This is the easiest win you can get. Queen takes queen, pawn takes queen, king takes pawn. Scram, Charlie. There's nothing he could do. I looked at the computer, it said to go here. I'm like, yeah, I take this. And now I don't care. You can take this. Oh, it's actually check. My bad. I take it with check. I come here. Whatever, dude. You've got no shot. There's nothing you could do. There's literally nothing he can do here. As you see, there's nothing. He's not doing a thing. It fails miserably. Okay, so that all fails. So, but this is not what happened. Because he just, short-circuited. He short-circuited, moved king g6. I took his queen. Now, I mean, that's not the point. The point was not that I'm taking his queen. The point is I'm going to give him the pawn. I should have played queen h5 earlier. It doesn't matter. This is the problem when you're a piece down, is that the opponent is constantly going to have a shot to simplify the game by returning a small amount of material, but keeping his piece advantage. And the rook is just the devastator. So there's nothing he could do if he played this the right way. At this point, he's objectively lost. There's nothing he could do. No amount of maneuvers can save him. This is obviously visually winning. They don't even have to really calculate this. This is just obviously winning. You have a whole rook. He's got temporarily 5 pawns to 3. He's going to have 4 against 2, and that's not enough. They have to be 2 connected passers for him to even have a dream. But that is the thing. So this was a really bizarre, like I said, it was a bizarre game. He played that crazy Englund Gambit, and then, I made e3 robotic defense, no problems. He played c5, which is, a horrible move. Queen check. This is the positional crunching move. This queen check is positionally crunching. Because he plays queen to here, we chop. Or you can play the other way, chop the pawn. And the only thing he could do to get the pawn back is to do this, you do this. He goes here. His structure is just garbage, to say the least. His pawn structure is garbage from this point forward. So this is, those are your 2 choices really. But it's queen e2, not I played the wrong move. My move was solid of d5, but queen e2 is the killer. So, no, let's go back here. Like I said, this is the right move. In this position, either one, he's got really bad stuff going on. So, pretty good. So tremendous, it was a tremendous example in a game in 3 minutes, which is just full of vicious tactics. I used my dad's rules. First rule, what's he trying to do to me? That's how I unraveled the position with the free knight. And then when he had that white squared bishop, I'm just going to own the dark squares and nothing you can do about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was very good. Please like it, comment on there, subscribe so you get more of these awesome, crazy blitz chess games. They're pretty fantastic. You guys know what to do. I'll talk to you later.